rely on their training, what we did in the spring, what we did all through fall camp. We have to rely on that because we may get different looks than what we've been seeing on film.
And with Devin on both the return players, top of the depth chart, what did you see from him that led you guys to list him up there and for him to win that?
He was the most consistent performer at that position. I mean, that's what you got to have as the returner. You can't be good 5 out of 6. You can't be good 7 out of 8 because that's a turnover. You've got to be consistent, and we think he's dangerous with the ball in his hands as well. So it's a combination of the fact that he was the most consistent guy, along with the fact that he's pretty good with the ball in his hands.
Yeah. Coach, I mean, you guys have been here a good while now. I mean, 9 months, but you haven't run through the tee yet. You haven't had the ball walk yet. I mean, what's it going to mean just to have those experiences on Saturday for the first time?
Really looking forward to it. I know what a great place Tennessee is. I know what the traditions mean around here. I'm looking forward to experiencing it firsthand. You see videos of it. You've watched that. You've read about it. You hear about it. And I'm excited to get the opportunity to do those things.
And do you know the words to Rocky Top yet, or is that somewhat of a work in progress?
As long as you're not going to quiz me right now and make me sing it, I know it. But yeah, I don't exactly have a great voice here to go all by myself to do it. But yeah, I know it.
Have you ever experienced anything like game day in Knoxville? I know that you've coached around a lot, but you know, I mean, as far as you coaching previously, where have you played that maybe compares an atmosphere to what Neyland Stadium provides?
I've been here, so I know what it's like. I've been on the other side of it, but I've been here, so I know what it's like. So I know that the atmosphere here is second to none. There's no place that compares. So the only person or the only experience that you'd have that would be comparable is actually being here. So I've been here. I've been fortunate to do that, and looking forward to many more coming up.
That's good.
Yeah.
I guess with getting into the dual roles of Pilardi and kind of everything that's going to be asked from him.
Sure.
With his history of just nagging kind of stuff and things like that, I mean, as a coaching staff, how do you guys kind of look at it in terms of keeping him fresh, keeping him healthy, but still getting work in and things like that?
That's a big concern. That's something that we talk about every single day because of the fact that he's doing so much for us right now.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we make sure that we're counting his reps from kickoffs to punts to field goal, making sure that he's not doing too much because that can be a lot on a guy. So we're making sure that we're not out here wearing his leg out because it's critical that he's ready to go for all of them for game 1, 2, 3, all the way through. So we're making sure that we're tracking everything with him.
I mean, with the reps, is it being distributed evenly, or is there something that needs to be worked on more that you might lean? All right, you know, the punting's dropping off a little bit now. We got to kind of take some of the kicks away on the kickoffs or field goals and work more on punting. How much?
Every single day, yes,
okay.
It does. It does fluctuate. Every single day we're tracking that, and that's something that we're looking at as far as, okay, where does he need his work? Does he need a little bit more field goal work or a little bit more kickoff and those type of things? Where does he need to be kicking from? Which hashes is he a little rusty on? Punting, what areas of the field does he need to work on? And things along those lines. So we're tracking all those things, and obviously the things that we feel he's needs a little bit more work on, we're putting a little more emphasis on that and making sure he's getting more, if not all, of the reps in those scenarios.
Right. The things that he needs to work on, looking at it as, okay, there's a game in a little over 48 hours or whatever it is at this point, what is that right now?
Well, I think that there's always things that guys could be working on. I mean, it might be a matter of you know, hey, our placement on our kickoffs, you know, it's not been exactly what we wanted, so maybe he's going to take an extra kickoff rep or two. Or it might be punting, hey, you know, we're trying to make sure that we're hitting the proper spot on the field with that, so we want to make sure that he's getting his accuracy on his punt. So those are the things that we're looking at individually, saying, hey, this is exactly what we're looking for, and if he's not exactly on point, we're repping it. And that's with every position. I mean, no one's perfect, and that's what we're trying to get there. We're striving to be the best that we can be, but no one's ever going to be perfect, and you're always trying to get better with those things that you're lacking a little bit.
Right. What's it like for a position coach heading into the opener? Because you put in the work, and now you really don't know what can happen. You've got an idea, but you know how much I don't know, nervous energy are you going through now?
It's a lot of excitement. I'm excited for the first game. I'm excited to watch these guys go out and perform and take what we've been doing all spring, all summer, all fall, and put it out on the field. I mean, that's what's exciting about the game, and it's their game. I mean, it's their game to go out and play and perform, and I'm excited to see them go out and do it.
How much of a read do you feel like you have, or how much you think you can just go out and, wow, I didn't expect that?
I think the guys are ready. I think that they're ready to go. I think that they're they're fired up to be hitting somebody in different color jerseys. So I think that everybody's ready and anticipating the game. So
Thanks.
Obviously, that was Butch's decision on Devin being one of the main guys back there for the return game. But what do you think kind of separated him throughout the process to get that opportunity? At least that's what the depth chart says now, anyway.
Sure. The biggest things are his consistency. I mean, he was the most consistent guy from spring to fall. If you look at it, you know, what he's done, how he's progressed, and what he's been as of late, he's been the most consistent guy. We also think that he is a threat with the ball in his hands for sure. So the combination of consistency, of fielding the ball, securing the ball, making sure that we're going to end up with it at the end of the down, combined with, we think he's pretty good with the ball, and that set him apart.
Well, I know there have been, at least 2 or 3 times in the past couple of years where it's been the last guy tripped him on a return, the last guy kind of got him down, or it was just one more guy to miss. In some cases, that's something you coach, or is that a guy having instincts, being downfield, and just finding a way to make that guy miss?
I think a lot of that's instincts. I mean, guys in open space, you know, being able to make a guy miss and go score that touchdown. And I think it also goes with experience. I mean, the more times that you're in that situation, you're going to learn from mistakes you've made in the past or so forth. So I think that with experience, he's going to be better with those things. But we certainly think he's really good with the ball in his hands.
How do you feel like about the tight end position overall going into the opener? You know, I guess they're never where you want them to be, but
Sure.
Is it close?
It's not where I want it to be. I would certainly like to see us performing at a higher level. We're making strides, we're getting there, and some guys are getting there quicker than others, but you know, we're going to be ready to go out and perform at a high level. It's not where we want it to be, but we're going to go out there and perform at a high level. The guys are improving every day.
Is there anything specifically you'd like to see them improve at, Mark, as the season progresses?
There's a lot of things. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things I'd like to see us improve upon. I think it would be a case-by-case basis. I think certain guys, there's a couple guys that need to go out there and be more physical. There's some guys that need to go out there and take our drills and put them to the field. Some guys need to work on their pad level. So everybody's got a different situation. They're not all the same guys. So some of the guys need to improve in certain areas, other guys need to improve in other areas.
You guys have preached special teams publicly over and over and over. When do you feel like this team bought into that? Spring, summer, preseason, that special teams is important and vital?
I think that they've seen it because it's been important from day one. I mean, from day one of spring practice, we probably rep special teams more than what they're used to. So when they start realizing, hey, this is not a 1-day, 2-day, 3-day deal, we talk it and we show it that, hey, special teams is going to win or lose a third of the ball games for us, and we put that much emphasis on it in practice, they start to realize and catch on, hey, this is for real. This is how we're going to win ball games. They buy into that, and that's been great.
Mark, where are you guys behind Brendan at tight end in terms of who are the next options behind him?
The next guys, you know, Woody's going to play and Joe's going to play. Those are the 2 guys that are working in there as far as the next 2 guys, and each of them have a little bit different skill set. I mean, not greatly different, but a little bit different. So we're going to pick and choose those guys' spots, and they'll rotate in as well. So those are the guys that right now are going to be playing for us, and AJ's coming along. And we're not by any stretch, you know, pushing him to the side because he's got a great skill set that we think, if he can come along, can help us.
It looked like Cody Blanc was getting some reps with the tight ends at some point, or just doing some work with them, with the group.
Who's that?
Cody?
Blank?
Yeah.
No.
At one point today, he was just with the group of tight ends, and it wasn't actually on the field. It was more off to the side doing kind of catching drills and things like that, but he was only with the tight ends.
Yeah, during special teams, if guys are not involved in the teams, we're not going to just have them sitting there tying their shoelaces. So they'll go over and catch balls in the jugs. So that's probably just what you saw is that he was not on that special team, and maybe a couple of the other tight ends were not on it at the same time. So they went over to be productive during that time, catching balls on the jugs and things like that. No, he's not been working with us at all.
Okay. Back to Michael for 1 second. His get-off time and his hang time right now that you've kind of consistently seen, where is it and where does it need to be on both of those?
As far as hunting, I'm assuming that's what you're talking about.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, our goal time's always going to be at 2.0, and he's been pretty good on that.
Okay.
Again, it's not been perfect, it's not been 100%, but he's been pretty good on that.
Right.
So we're happy and pleased with where he's at on that. His hang times have been good, his accuracy's been solid. So we're excited with where he's at. I mean, we think he's been progressing and getting steadily better.
And with